KBOW, the sports station in Cincinnati. Nick Vogelgesang, left lane, opens the match with the ball going a little wide. He's motioning that he didn't quite catch it all, leaving the 2-8. Not the first time we've seen this one today.
Of course, our king, Dave Callery, will be going for week number 5, I understand.
Yeah, just doing a phenomenal job.
Averaging in the area of 236, something like that.
Look out. So there's a new way to make it.
Darn near fit it between.
Almost. This is not the textbook way to make it, but it's effective. You try to hit the 2-pin a little more straight on and let the ball go through, but this ball, just no deflection here whatsoever. It's going to get both pins out, even though the angle was all wrong. You're just looking for results, right?
Dave Callery, of course, last week won the kingship with about a 250-something game. He was tough. Whoa.
Tough on that shot, going right straight through the nose, but getting a great break and leaving only the 10-pin. Jen, he motioned with his hand. He made a bad shot, flipped the ball over and pulled it up into the nose.
Qualifying next week is going on at Stumps Lanes on Saturday and Sunday, starting at 9 a.m. on Saturday and 10:30 on Sunday. For men and women, both days with shifts every hour and a half.
Come on out. Stumps has done a remarkable job at remodeling, as has Holly Lanes. It's a nice looking little place. I'm telling you.
Sure is. I'm impressed.
Yeah, 16 lanes. It's kind of a unique setup. They've got 4 and then a wall dividing part of it, and then the other 12 on this side. It's
majority's done in beautiful stonework, and
yeah,
it's really an interesting place. And they have great cheeseburgers. So come on out. If you don't want a bowl, at least catch one of them.
Cheeseburger, cheeseburger. Oh, there you go. We were talking about this before we came back when Dave Callery was throwing his warm-ups, and for as much as the ball is deflecting after it enters the 1-3, we were remarking about how well he carried the 10 out. That time it did not carry. 2 frames, back-to-back 10 pins. .38 years old, David Callery, assistant controller. Married to Pam. They been married for several years. They bowl in a mixed couples league at Kingpin. David's averaging 210, and he's had 10 perfect 300 games.
There's something different for Nick to shoot at.
Yep. Nick not zeroed in as we saw him in game number 2, throwing the ball with the authority that he did then.
You think after that 280, made a little bit over adjusting, perhaps?
Well,
just a bad shot.
It's hard to figure. We went away for commercial break. We had some technical difficulties, and he may have gotten a little stiff during that time. But once he loosens up, he'll be right back in it. 27 in the second frame. David Callery with a strike will have 39. So technically about a 12-pin lead right now. But that's nothing for the big bowlers.
Nick's married to Lori, who's an LPN at the Care Unit Hospital.
That's a better shot. Oh, not getting the desired results at all. Leaving a weak 10. His followers rooting him on to make sure he carries the 10-pin out on the second shot. 220 he's averaging, huh?
Down at Durban Bowl. Nice little house down there, Durban. Haven't been there in a while, but I'll make sure to get on out there.
I'll tell you what, we're in Holly Lanes today in Amelia. I tell you what, that's a triptych, a full tank of gas, and some sandwiches to get there from here.
Got it.
Whew.
Well worth the drive, though. Well worth it.
You bet. But well within our viewing area of Channel 5. Signal gets all the way out there to Batesville, as well as north into the Troy area, I'm told. So welcome all of you who are tuning in today. Tommy Brenneman will be back with us next week. And Dave Callery zeroed in on the right-hand lane all of a sudden. More accomplishments for David Callery, 1977 City Match Game champion. 1982 Team ABC champion, 82 Hoinky Team champion, scratch and handicap. Hoinky Team Scratch champion, 1988. On and on and on.
All in all, he's a good team player, too, and that's evident on Tuesday night. He bowls at Western Bowl And their team is just forever winning that league, and it is a strong league.
Extremely
Great
strong.
team players.
David Callery, left lane with a strike working. Would like to build on his lead.
Super.
He's filling every frame, and this is how he's doing it. Going right straight up about the 10th, 9th board, and then just letting the ball roll off gingerly. A little deflection here, but the angle's right. Takes the 10 straight out. Nick Vogelgesang's got to get the big ball working, and that was the one. That's the one he wants to amp it up and just go for it. Nick is not going to roll over and play dead, that's for sure, but he's got some pins to make up. He's 22 pins down as we see him now. His job is to keep throwing X's up there and see what happens.
Nick practices 40 to 60 games a week. That greatly accounts for his sharpness.
I tell you what, he throws a great ball here and just pays a penalty for it with a blowout 7. Now the 5-pin in the middle of your screen, second one back, is the one that's going to lay down on this one. Look at it. Right there, it's going to go behind the 7. Now that his job was to take the 7-pin out of the picture. Not so.
Every pin not doing its job.
That's right, especially one of them, that's for sure.
That was a penalty.
It's a good shot and a good chance to really get back in the match, and just didn't pan out for him. Dave Callery on the right lane now will try to take advantage of his shot. There you see it. David Callery can start to run away and hide if he continues to strike here. Taking a little extra time here. Yep. He's shaking his head. It was in the area, but not the right roll. The end-over-end roll, watch it here, will create the deflection at the pocket. Now watch this ball jump to the right-hand side of your screen and take the 3-pin straight back. 6-pin goes to the channel there and dies. Second last pin that went down was the 8-pin. That would have been devastating.
Spare it up, and he'll have 88 in the 4th. The next 67, both on spares.
Well, so far in this match, Jen, David Callery shot 3 10-pins, and he's had 2 strikes. That means he's keeping the ball in play, and sometimes that's all it takes to win.
Right.
5-step finger grip is what you're looking at, full fingertip for David Callery. Primarily uses urethane equipment, and that's what you see in his hand today. Black hammer ball. You've seen him throwing that blue hammer ball before. Doing well. There you get a good look at it. There you go, David. That's the shot you want. Now his opponent, Nick Vogelgesang, steps up on the right lane, lane number 10 here at Holly, and he knows what his job is going to be, and that's he's got to throw X's.
Very difficult spare he's left himself too.
Cutting the ball off short, not staying down and getting that good wrist and snap and follow through that he's been striking with. Actually getting a break, Jen, only leaving the 3-9. There you see it. You want to throw the ball just to the right of center. There you go. Textbook right there. Straight between the 1 and the 6-pin, leaving the 1, 2, 4, 6, 10. That's something you see every day.
At least. Very difficult to pick up too.
Boy, that's a tough shot. I tell you what, on top of a bad count, only getting 5 and then coming back and opening up 2, and your opponent has gotten a minimal count of 9 so far. you know you're going to be in trouble. And the car once again gets rolled back into the garage. Not this week for Walt Sweeney and that Thunderbird.
But we thank him anyhow for coming out and bringing the car to us.
You bet. Yep. That's it. That just about puts it away for Dave Callery. Watch it on the replay. Again, we're talking about it. He's not covering a lot of boards. He's going straight down the board. Just a little bit of arc. Okay, 1-3 filled up. Deflects a little bit, but the 6-pin, hiya, out of here. 10-pin, you are history. And Nick Vogelgesang's got a little bit of paper left, but Dave Callery, I mean, the ceiling would have to fall in on him at this point.
Partridge Meats now is a new sponsor of ours, along with Hudepohl and Pepsi and all the local pro shops. It's out of here.
Yeah, it's out of here. We switched away real quick there, but what you missed was the messenger pin kind of rolling across and gave a little tap on the 10 and sent him home early. And unfortunately, Nick's going to go home a little early today, probably. But you never know. You want to fill frames up. He's still got a potential 198 game up there. David Callery would have to open in both the 9th and 10th frames with bad counts to let him back in the match. But Nick can do something about it if he continues to strike. There you go. In a must-strike situation, Nick Vogelgesang throws a great shot. And he just absolutely generates a super shot. 10 pins in the pit. He said, yeah, no problem. I can do that anytime I want. Dave Callery, right lane. Yeah, see, there's another guy. Don't take all this stuff serious. The money's good, and it's a big tournament. But the game is built around friendly competition, and that's what you're seeing today.
You got it. We'd like to make an invite to all of you out there to come out and see the show being taped at Hyde's Lanes on March 18th. You can take a chance on winning the 14K Golden Bowling Ball and also winning lots of cash.
There you see the score sheet spelled it out. 60 pins advantage. David Callery, left lane, is going to finish out here. It's really immaterial at this point.
Not going to quite make it the 100-pin win that he had last week.
Almost. Yeah, last week, 100 and some pin win. This week, less than that, but still a convincing win. Dave Callery is establishing himself as a major player here on the show this year, Jen, repeating once again. And he says the plaques are starting to mount up, and so's the checking account.
Of course, I think he will have a chance to go on, not get our top 10 in a row win. That was by Dave Newkirk. But he can threaten Don Scudder at his 7-win victory with a couple more wins. This will make it number 5 for him.
Yeah, it's coming up. Nick Vogelgesang just wants to finish out. Get out of here. Opens up, but it really didn't make any difference. Nick Vogelgesang cannot dethrone David Callery either. He is our king once more. And we'll be back in just a few minutes for the presentation of the checks and the black. Just a moment, hang on.